Do you really think that employee retention is very critical for an organization?
Yeah, undoubtedly. Definitely, employee retention is critical for the simple reason one, a small portion of it gets churned, you get fresh minds and fresh talent into the workforce, it's good. But for the larger space of it, your employee retention is always going to be beneficial to the company because you could maintain the culture in the organization. You're not going to kind of waste effort and time in kind of training new resources every time. And once you have retained your talent, it's going to be gratified souls who's going to be working for the betterment. It's going to be a collaborative growth.
Hello, all. Welcome back to another series of podcasts with Let's Talk. So, whom do we have on the couch today? Yes, of course, any woman leader is inspirational, and we do have one on this couch today. It's Krithika, who's an AVP and Head of Rewards from Movate. She has a great experience in total rewards and other governments of HR. So, let's try and talk to Krithika and take a deeper journey into her life. Hi, Krithika, welcome.
Hi, Jivita. Nice meeting you. Glad to be here and looking forward for this meeting.
So, Krithika, how did you know about us, that is LEDx, and its community? How does it help you in day-to-day life?
LEDx, great. I know it right from the day of inception or when it was started, and I'm very glad to be a part of it. All right. I know all the volunteers, including you, Rishabh, and others who've been putting it, and there's great work going on behind it. And talking about LEDx, it's a very, very active community of total rewards where there's a lot of, it's just not a namesake group or a WhatsApp group or a community that's there out there on the social media. It's a very content-filled activity buzzing group, and it kind of helps me almost every day. If there is something that you don't know, you know that you can always go back to the group. There's a great bunch of total rewards friends out there trying to help each other, trying to share ideas, and it's been great. I would say total reward LEDx in the total reward space is a day-to-day friend to me where I could ask anything.
Krithika, please take us through your career journey. Help us understand what are the different challenges you faced during your career, the different learnings you had, the opportunities you got. If you could deep dive into those.
Talking about my career journey, right? My career span is around 20 years. I definitely would like to travel all the way 20 years back to look at how it all began, right? When I think of it right now, all I could think of 20 years younger of me, right, was taking a decision. Yes, I did kind of education just like any of us would did, but for me this career was important. I know career is important for everyone. For me it was super critical because if I don't end up in a career, I'm just going to put thoughts into my typical Indian parents who's going to think my daughter is ready for marriage, right? If not this route, it's going to be other route. So for me it was very essential. My job was not only going to be a breadwinner for me, but it's going to earn me that space, freedom and empowerment that I needed in my life. So that's when it all began. And I took one motto in my life. Like when everyone says dance like nobody is watching, I took a motto in my life saying that I will work like nobody else can, given to the best of my knowledge and the space or the experience that I'm having at that point in time. So that was the beginning of it, and there was no looking back. I started with L&T Infotech in my HR career, and I started with recruitment. I moved through different gamuts of HR. It was a deep 8 years experience there. I was fortunate to have worked with great leaders, great bosses out there who gave me opportunities to kind of enhance my career. I made use of every opportunity that came my way. And after L&T Infotech, I was with Mindtree for 7+ years in the total reward space. Again, a great leader, a great learning there, working with great leaders out there, and it was a very enriching experience working at Mindtree. Post Mindtree, it was Movate, Microland for 2 years, again in the total reward space, and currently with Movate. But when I'm talking about this 20 years, more than what the companies are, I would like to kind of emphasize what did I go through in this 20 years, right? And I'm sure all women out there, and I'm sure the men also would nod to whatever I'm saying right now. When a girl enters into the career space, each year the girl is going through a phase, a change every time. It could be like you're about to get married, firstly you're becoming a professional, second you're ready to be married, the third you get married, and then you're ready to get into your family way, etc., etc., and all of that. I'm not undermining any of the efforts a man would go through in the career journey, but I would like to kind of emphasize, for a girl when she undergoes this journey, it means a lot, right? It's going to be juggling your personal life and your professional life, and whenever there is going to be a challenge in the balance, people would always look at the women's career as a secondary option, right? And I was very particular that my career is not going to be a secondary option. I worked for the passion of it, and I will continue to work for the passion of it. So whenever this phases comes, one, you will have challenge in your own career because you need to learn, you need to prove yourself. Anybody who's only performing can stand in the career, right? If you're not going to be updating yourself, keeping yourself refreshed, yes, our career is going to become a challenge. Over and above that, how do you also kind of balance your personal life? Or it's not only personal life, it could be any other challenges. It could be for a single girl who's even going through a heartbreak right now. Yes, that's a challenge, right? How do you kind of ensure that you do, kind of overcome it? First, remember, never let go of your career. That's going to be your parachute forever. Even if the whole world is going to be going away, your career is going to come stand by the side of you. Second, be shameless and take support system of the entire ecosystem that you do have. And I was like that, right? When I was a new mother and when I didn't have any support system, I made sure that I made use of the support system of my friends, even my brother's girlfriend for that matter. I would never leave any stone unturned. For me, career was also important, and all of them was very kind enough for that matter to also help in that way. Third, make sure that you're learning every day. Keep yourself updated. Never give yourself an excuse. Yes, I am doing my career, I'm also balancing my work. Yes, it is important and we are capable. We are more powerful than any one of them there, right? Make sure you take that extra step and keep yourself updated. Challenge yourself every day. Every day when you wake up, think how are you going to be better in the same work that you did yesterday. Keep yourself abreast of things, and I'm sure that will help. And this has helped me. This is what has helped me because every day if I am going to kind of sink down, I'm going to tell myself, remember, then you will be only homemaker. Today also I'm a homemaker, no doubt, right? But I don't want to be that only homemaker, and so that keeps me driving, and it has been a great journey. And in this journey, at any day, you will never regret the learnings, the failures, the fights, everything that you will have. It is, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and all of us, I'm sure most of you all have, and it will be a great journey.
Thanks, Krithika, for sharing the story. It was really, really inspiring, I must say. Okay, now we have heard about your journey. Now let's talk about total rewards, which people are eagerly waiting for you to give them some 2 senses. So first question to you is, do you really think that employee retention is very critical for an organization?
Yeah, undoubtedly. Definitely employee retention is critical for the simple reason, one, a small portion of it gets churned, you get fresh minds and fresh talent into the workforce, it's good. But for the larger space of it, your employee retention is always going to be beneficial to the company because you could maintain the culture in the organization. You're not going to kind of waste effort and time in kind of training new resources every time. And once you have retained your talent, it's going to be gratified souls who's going to be working for the betterment. It's going to be a collaborative growth. So definitely I think employee retention is very critical.
Absolutely agree with you, Krithika. How do you think the HR technology, which is newly coming into place, and then we see that the total rewards is evolving, how does it impact your organization, and what are some of the things which you are trying to change or build newly within your compensation teams?
I'm glad, Jita, that you touched upon that question. For me, in the entire HR space, HR technology systems are very, very topics that's close to my heart. Now, for total rewards, technology has always been a partner, right? Total rewards is not a space who's kind of endangered or afraid of the technology. Now, and its technology is the backbone for you to deliver effective total reward system. technology is a very very key ingredient in it, and we have all evolved, right? There was era when the increment letter was handed out in an envelope to the individuals by hand, and today we know that by the click of the button it's there on their apps for people to view it, right? And that's the journey of it. With technology like AI and other enhanced technology coming in, it's only going to kind of enhance the total reward experience, right? And it's a great journey for us also, the total rewards professionals, to make use of this. Example, there are chatbots, for example, in most of the companies, where it is an artificial intelligence by which your entire policies can be, it gives an interactive experience for the professionals, so that the policies or any questions for that matter is at their fingertips. And be it all the app driven employee experience, that is also is a result of the technology that we are talking about. And most importantly, even on the strategic part of it, the analytics with the help of technology is coming out a big way, right? The way that we see data, the way that we perceive data, try to get insights of it, so that we are able to give better insights to the management, better insights to the leadership, is also a result of the technology partnership. Yes, it is coming out a big way, and it's nice discovering and going along with the journey with the technology out there.
Do you really see a change in the attritions coming down in your organization, or do you hear such news in your network and people who surrounding you? Do you see a downward trend because of the macroeconomics?
Yes, as we speak right now, yes, the attrition is on a downward trend compared to what it was in the previous years, I would say. And yes, the reason could be because of the political canvas across the globe is changing, owing to wars and the relationship between countries, etc., and the downfall in economy in the greater nations as well. But the industry like ours, this is not something for the first time that we are seeing. The attrition wave, I could say, it always has its ups and downs. Even in the past, for a year like COVID, where we all thought the economy might not be great, we saw the great resignation happening in, and attrition was high at that point in time. Right now it's kind of slowing down. So there's an ebb and tide for the attrition. Right now, yes, we are going through this phase, but this is not going to be the end, and I'm sure again there will be a transformation here as well. We could see the churn happening again. Yes, that's a current situation as of now.
Now we are done with all serious talks. Let's put you on the hot seat and then have some rapid fire round questions. Krithika, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So Krithika, if you are an HR head and you have a superpower, what kind of superpower would you want to have and why?
Superpower as a HR head, then I want power to read the minds of the employees, so that HR function will be able to do proactively many things.
If you had to think of movie stars for these roles, who would that be?
Okay.
Talent acquisition.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Total rewards.
South Indian star Vijay.
Okay, great. HR head.
Rajnikant.
Absolutely. If you had to remove one policy, HR policy, from your organization, what would that be? And
Leave policy.
so thank you so much for your time, Krithika, today. And then I think your story was really, really inspiring. I hope there will be many listeners who would like to take inspiration from that story. Is there anything which you would like to share for our aspirants who want to take up a career in HR, and what are the skills that you would look for in any ideal HR professional?
Thanks, Lord Jivita. Just a word for the aspirational professionals who want to come into HR. People would say that HR is for the easy. There's no a particular skill required in all of that. HR is a niche job. HR is a career like any other stream, but it has got loads and loads of fun as well in the career. Just make sure that you hit, and I'm sure you'll not regret this choice in your career life.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.